Teebs and KidPhoenix podcast is now partnered with Dubby Energy. Dubby is an energy drink powder that is different from the energy providers of the past, using all natural energy from ripe coffee cherries to provide natural energy with no sugar, no calories, no artificial coloring, and no maltodextrin. Each serving of Dubby contains about 2 cups of coffee worth of caffeine, but since Dubby's formula is sugar-free, you get energy and focus without those anxious, jittery, or wired feelings. Just mix 1 rounded scoop with 8 ounces of water and you're good to go. Unlike energy in a can, you have the ability to control how much goes in. Want to take it a little easier? Drop in a little less powder. You're in control. Listeners to our podcast can receive 10% off their order by using promo code Teebs at checkout. Try any one of Dubby's 15 unique flavors, including cherry blossom or Japanese soda today, and experience the difference.
Oh, I feel for my brother. Feel for my brother. The street life used to be on. Straight up hustling till the break of dawn. Taught me how to do wrong right. Everything inside.
All right, folks. Teebs here. Welcome to the pod. Teebs and KidPhoenix versus I'm Teebs. That's KidPhoenix.
What's up, world?
Nice to see. Nice to see that you have. For those of you that are not listening or not watching the video,
watching the YouTubes.
Adio has a very stylish Jason Voorhees pin on his San Diego Padres hat.
That's right. There it is. There it is, right there. Repping. I don't have any Halloween shirts, so I got to go with this for now.
Right.
I'm rocking this for the entire month of October.
Where did you get that pin, by the way?
I got that at San Diego Comic-Con last year. I forget what vendor, however. So apologies to the vendor. I just don't know who it is. So shout out all Comic-Con vendors who are selling pins.
Right.
Obviously, one of you sold this to me, and I thank you for that.
Yeah. Well, I think... I think that it's apt that you're wearing a Jason Voorhees pin on your San Diego Padres hat. 2 things that show up in October.
Okay.
And then get murdered and destroyed immediately.
No. Well, no. To be fair, Jason Voorhees does the murdering. So what you just said doesn't make
but he eventually
sense.
gets killed. He eventually gets killed. That does happen. But yeah, we're on the march to Halloween.
The march to Halloween.
So I figured, me being the resident horror expert, I think one of the things that I wanted to do was I wanted to take a look at some of the movies in the popular culture, and
because we do love to do that,
to see if there's some movies that are ranked pretty highly, and I don't know that I agree with that.
Oh no, it's one of those podcasts, isn't it? Oh my god.
Listen, so we have this list here, the top 25 scariest movies ever from Collider. Is that what it is?
It's the scariest movies. It's the scariest horror movies ranked by Daniel Boyer at the Collider. So shout out Daniel Boyer. Nice.
We'll wait till the end until we decide. Actually, no, we're using the list. So shout out to you for making it. Taking your hard-earned time and making this.
Be nice to Mr. Boyer, okay? According to this, the byline in the article, he lives in the south suburbs of Chicago. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but things in Chicago are pretty rough these days. So let's not add to his already potentially bad year by besmirching the great work he's doing with Collider.
My apologies. Yes.
Yeah.
People
be nice.
from Chicago need a little...
they need a little grace, okay?
They need a little grace. Fine.
So as you analyze this list, and here's what it is. It's the top 25, and Teebs thought it would be a good idea, and I agree because he is the resident horror expert. He wants to go through the list and just say, hey, that's too low, that's too high, that's where it should be. That
shouldn't even be on this damn list.
Be on
that's
this
not
damn
even
list.
Scary. What are we doing?
Yeah. So that's what this podcast is going to be. It's always fun when I do these kinds of podcasts and I get to see his legitimate initial reactions to things, because they're just funny. They just make for great radio. So what do you say we just jump in here and get started?
Let's do it.
All right. At number 25, and even I have umbrage with this. Number 25 is The Shining.
So okay,
Too low,
we're
too
talking
high?
about scariest?
That's what that's the byline. 25 scariest horror movies of all time. That's the title.
Okay, I'm gonna put a pin in The Shining.
That's how we're starting this.
I gotta see what's above this.
All right, so we're putting a pin in The Shining for now. I'm sure there's going to be some takes. For those of you that are keeping score at home, I also have notes. I also have a notebook, just keeping things uniform. Number 20.
Wait, 25 to
24.
20? Yeah, come
Sorry,
on.
no,
Let's go.
24. I'm sorry, 24. I'm
Just
sorry.
let's try to remember how numbers work.
Yeah, it's been a while, you know. I mean, it's a journalism major. The Omen, 1976. That feels way too low based on all
Omen
the
is
heavy
not-
hitter, based on all the crap that could be on this list.
Omen is not scary. It's only scary if like you're adopting children. Then it's a really tough movie to watch.
It's
But
a tough,
other than
it's a
that,
tough
like,
hang.
it's got some moments like I don't know. I think The Shining is scarier than The Omen. I put The Shining above there.
All right, so you want to just flip that right now?
Well, we have to see. The Shining, one of these movies might move up, they might move down. We'll see what happens.
All right. Shout out Richard Donner. I can't recall if I've seen The Omen all the way through. It may have just been a while, but I recall The Omen being like, you know, pretty well regarded in the horror circle.
It's a fine film. It ain't that scary by today's standards.
23, Silence of the Lambs. He's already
disagree.
He's already pounding his desk. He's already pounding the desk.
Okay, I'm just wondering, what's the guy's name that wrote this thing?
The gentleman's name is Daniel Boyer.
Daniel Boyer. Did you not see the last like third of this movie? Like her walking around in the dark looking for people. Like, come on, it's one of the most tense scenes in cinema history. Like, what are you doing, Danny? What are we doing?
All right. I would like to throw Daniel a little bail. I want to throw him some bail real quick. He is only 27 years old.
Listen, I don't need to. I'm not.
I'm gonna throw him some. I'm gonna throw him some bail, and like he does acknowledge.
You know what?
He does acknowledge the fact that it is the only horror film to win Best Picture.
And you know what? Shout out to him for even acknowledging that it is a horror film, whereas most people like to cop out and call it a thriller whatever the hell that is. So
it's the only horror film to win Best Picture and one of only 3 films to win the Big 5 at the Academy Awards. That's picture, director, best actor.
The super duper factor.
The super duper factor, that's right. So here's where it starts to get a little bit recent. Number 22 is When Evil Lurks, a movie I've never heard of. So I'm deferring to you.
I missed this one myself, actually.
So he touts it as one of the most unbelievably terrifying films in recent memory.
Oh, this is on my list. Yeah, I've heard this is really okay. I reserve judgment because this one I have not seen. It is on my list. I have heard from multiple various and sundry reliable sources that it is a very solid horror movie, so I will be reserving judgment on it.
All right, that's fair. So this is the first movie that appears in the 2020s. But it's also ahead of movies like The Shining, The Omen, and Silence of the Lambs, which, like, I'm going to say that this guy, since he's younger, is probably going to be biased towards the newer movies. As if this was my list, I'd be biased towards the older movies. Like, listen, there's nothing we can do. Well, that's where we'll make our edits when we're done with the list. Number 21, Psycho, 1960, as opposed to Psycho from any other version of history.
Well, there was a remake of Psycho.
I don't count that, but keep going.
Psycho's at number 20.
21.
21. That's what I thought. I'd probably have Psycho at 25. Psycho's probably the least scary of these.
We'll
by
get
today's standards.
We'll get into our personal edits.
If I saw this movie in 1960, I shit my pants multiple times.
Yeah, I would need multiple pairs of underwear, and I would not want to have to like drive home or get in a taxi. Just like,
and the fact that any modern audience at all can find it scary is a pretty great testament to this deal. But
I see Psycho in 1960. I'm sleeping at the movie theater. I'm not going home. Number 20. We're in the top 20. 2017. Do you want me to say it? I'll just say it.
Say it.
Overrated.
Okay, I really like It Part 1. It Part 1 is good. It ain't because of anything except for the kids' performances. Um,
Is this more is this more digging into your thoughts last week about stupid kids doing stupid things?
yeah, but like that doesn't happen in It. Nobody does anything stupid, really. They all like act the way kids would act, smart like actual human children would act in those situations. Like if anything, um, you're shocked in It by how like true to life the brutality is of being a child. But
I
is it? Okay, 20 is probably right about where it belongs. I think
I
that's right. So
I would
of
probably
these
agree. I
five,
would probably agree for now. So I think It is the one that we agree on so
yeah,
far out of
right,
this list.
right.
It's
So
right where it needs to be.
I'd probably have The Shining. I'd probably have Silence of the Lambs, not in this five.
I would have,
Probably out of this
yeah.
five.
So just to cap it off real quick, so we got in order: The Shining, The Omen, Silence of the Lambs, When Evil Lurks, Psycho, and It at 20.
I'd probably have The Shining at 21 and Psycho at 25. Keep Evil Lurks at 22.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So you're saying move Silence from 23 to
Out of this list.
to
Probably
out. Yeah,
either goes into the
top
next
10. It's probably
we'll
it's
find
top 10
somebody.
for
I'm
me.
sure we'll find something from the next quarters of this list,
I
what do you call? What's the word for something that's broken into 5 pieces? I don't know.
Quintuplets, something like that. Next 5, starting off 19, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Which one?
78.
It is really good movie. I don't know if it's that scary though.
So let's just define this right now. How do you, Teebs, define a scary movie? I feel like we did people a disservice by not doing that off.
Okay, that's a good question. I say that it is a movie that keeps you in a heightened state of unease with various points at where it breaks that tension in a non in a not like cliched way. Like yeah, you can watch somebody walk down into a dark basement and they're walking around and then like a cat jumps out.
Right.
Is that going to be scary? Like yes, but
Yeah.
like it's also going to be I'm also going to groan because like Jesus Christ, how many times are you going to do that?
Yeah.
But like I think yes, it's sustained tension with, unique or with either you've a very unique premise or a very unique a very unique way of breaking that tension.
All right, that's I'll defer to the horror.
Like
jump.
what I was saying with Silence of the Lambs, there are the scenes between Clarice and Hannibal are tense. They are very tense.
Yeah,
and like
if you've never seen it, you have no idea
right.
where the hell Hannibal Lecter's going.
Right, and it doesn't. So like tension, the ability to sustain tension throughout a movie is what makes a movie scary to me. In my opinion.
I would agree. I think that is a fine definition, and it may cause me to change some things on what I'm writing down here. You're keeping track, I hope.
So Invasion of the Body Snatchers does have a fair amount of tension. It just doesn't. It has one gigantic tension breaking scene, but it's just kind of like a slow burn. So is it like the scariest? Like no, but like it does keep things at a simmer for a good chunk of its runtime. Like in order for something to be the scariest ever, like I need you to go from simmer to boil, keep me at a boil for a while, let some steam pop off, we'll go back down, we'll go back to a boil, more steam will pop off. Like that's what I'm talking about. Invasion of the Body Snatchers keeps me at a low simmer until the end, and then everything goes up and blows up. But like
what do you? So I think I I think I personally, and this is because I've never been like a huge horror guy. Like, I think I prefer the low simmer and then the giant explosion at the end, and then that's it. We're done. I'm going out. I'm walking out of the movie theater.
Right, but you don't like scary movies, so like you prefer there to be one big thing instead of multiple small things.
Right.
I do like horror, so I like the multiple tension releases.
All right.
I like big moments of tension. I like moments where tension gets ramped up, explodes, and then subsides, and then it goes up like that.
Very, very poignant tea kettle analogy. Let's just
Mhm.
keep that there. Let's just keep that rolling through this whole podcast.
All right.
Number 18, we have our first entry from the country of South Korea with a movie called The Wailing.
Not seen this one.
I have not seen this one either, but it does provide, according to Daniel, some gruesome violence, terrifying suspense, and unimaginable scares. He calls it one of the most unsettling international horror movies in recent history. Given the fact that we both have not seen it yet, we'll defer to him for right now.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm pretty sure we're putting Silence of the Lambs over this movie.
I don't know about that yet. Like,
Regardless
again,
if we've ever seen it or not.
for movies that I've not seen, I got to give them the benefit of the doubt. I've
All right,
not
that's
seen
fair.
it. If I can suggest replacements for movies that I have not seen, but we'll wait until the end of the list to possibly do that.
Number 17 is a movie that we've both seen numerous times, specifically on July 4th, and that's Jaws.
Here's my problem with Jaws.
Okay. Now, I'll give you my thoughts after.
Is this a horror movie or a fishing movie? Like, what is?
It's a horror movie.
Because the beginning of it is a horror movie, but the end is like a straight up fishing movie.
They're not fishing for the shark. They're hunting the shark. Fishing and hunting are two different things. They're not fishing.
Not for the shark.
They're not fishing for the shark so they can eat the shark steaks. They're hunting the shark to fucking kill it.
It's all the same to the shark.
It's all the same to the shark.
I think 17 is properly rated.
I would agree. I think I'm with you on that. 17 feels right. It's like middle of the pack. It's not. It's middle of the pack, and it's towards the end of that pack as opposed to the beginning of that pack. So I think I'm good with that. I'm all right with 17 for Jaws. Good job by you on that one, Daniel. Number 16, we have Smile from 2022.
Smile is good. Don't get me wrong. I like Smile.
All right, you're gonna have to give me a little background on this one.
It's about
intense
and they smile and then
intense
things
psychological monster flick. Holy shit! Troubled
The
psychiatrist, I'm in. Troubled psychiatrist, I'm in. Let's go.
The ending is a little whack, but the
Nah.
tension of the movie is real nice. I think this is a good spot for Smile. I'm actually okay with Smile being there.
All right, so we'll put a little star next to Smile at 16. We're not going to move it unless absolutely necessary. We have now hit the top 15. And we now go to the country of Australia for a movie called The Babadook.
Babadook I have not seen. And it is
The photo, the photo that Daniel provides for this movie, I'm kind of intrigued because it looks freaky as hell, and maybe I'll post this on like social media or something.
I'm a little embarrassed that I have not seen The Babadook, but
why embarrassed? Have you heard good things about it and just like haven't gotten time to it?
yes, that is exactly why.
All right,
So I apologize, Babadook fans. I will get on that.
Number 14, Poltergeist. The first Poltergeist. We're not messing around with sequels.
Not the remake.
Not the remake.
You
no.
forgot there was a remake.
I forgot there was a remake. Yes,
This seems slow.
it does. I was thinking the same thing. Again, folks, these are instant reactions to these.
And again, this is Poltergeist might be one of my favorite horror movies of all time. So, we might have to get back to that.
We might have to get back to that. Again, these are real time as we read them. Action. We have not looked at this beforehand. This is genuine reaction, and then we'll figure some stuff out next. 13 goes to the first Conjuring movie.
So,
I have thoughts, given that this is my favorite horror movie of the last.
really,
It's my favorite horror movie of the last 20 years.
Conjuring is good. It's solid. Okay, so
Okay,
we're at
go
the
ahead.
halfway
You
point
first.
we're at the
Yeah,
halfway point of the
we're
list.
at the halfway point.
I feel like Conjuring is exactly in the middle of this list.
I would agree, simply because like I very much enjoyed the first Conjuring movie when I believe you were the first person to tell me about it and put it on my radar. And then I watched it, and then you told me about this whole like Conjureverse that they're coming up with, which I didn't necessarily agree with. Like I've seen the track record of like horror movies that like branch off into like multiple sequels, just like the old Friday 13th. It just kind of got stale after a while. Nightmare on Elm Street kind of got stale after a while. Conjuring, I wasn't sure about it. Some of the sequels have been there's like one or two that were like really good, but I the original, the first Conjuring movie is probably one of my favorites. I take that back. It's not my favorite horror movie of the last 25 years. It's my second favorite, because number one on that list is Sinners.
Sinners ain't okay, fine. If you want to say that for the culture, that's fine. But
I'm saying it specifically for the culture.
I don't think Sinners ain't that scary. So
Wow,
number 12.
Hot take.
It ain't scary. I mean, there's other reasons to like it, but its scariness, I don't think, is one of them.
Yeah, I think I might agree with you in the sense that it's not necessarily scary, it's just gruesome. And I think there is a difference. Number 12, the Evil Dead remake.
2013 Evil Dead.
Yeah, better than I thought it would be, if I'm being honest.
It's good.
Is it top 12 though? I mean, we'll get into it, but like right off rip, is it top 12?
I would put Poltergeist above it. I'd probably put Silence of the Lambs above it too.
All right. So we'll come back to this. Number 11. Too damn low for this movie. It's too damn low for this movie. Halloween, 1978.
No, I think out of respect.
Really?
You watch Halloween today, it ain't that scary. But out of respect, you can't keep it.
Okay. That is an interesting point that we will certainly bring up as when it comes to like some of these movies that like were made in like the 70s and 80s and like how they've aged as far as like how scary they are.
I mean, listen, if we're talking about the other movies that are kind of its contemporaries, it's scarier than The Omen. It's scarier than Psycho.
Yeah.
It's on par with The Shining.
It's well on par, yeah.
As far as scares go.
Right. Suspense.
Yeah.
It's
scarier than Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
That's true. That's for damn sure.
So,
I found Halloween way more scary than Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and I'll just put it this way: I rewatch Halloween during scary season a lot more than I watch Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
I mean, it's hard to really assess it because I've seen it so often, but like, it does have all the things that I'm looking for. Like, it does have sustained tension. It does kind of have those. I mean, it's got everything that I just said that I really want and how I define a scary movie. So I don't know how just because I've seen it a million times does not mean that this is not scary.
Did I ever ask
objectively?
Did I ever ask you for your opinion on the last 3 Halloween movies? The one where Jamie Lee Curtis comes back.
I only saw the first one. And after that, I was like, I'm good.
All right.
I'm good on this. I've seen Terminator 2. I'm all right.
Wow. We're now in the top 10.
The top 10.
Number 10 is an entry from the country of Japan. This movie is Pulse, 2001.
See, I was wondering if this movie would make it in. Pulse is one of my favorite Japanese horror movies. I think it's very underrated. I think the plot is very interesting, and I do think it is a scary movie. I'm good with Pulse being at 10. Shout out to you, Danny, for having Pulse on this list and also rank this up.
With Pulse and another Japanese horror film, The Ring, is there, in your opinion, maybe why The Ring is more, I don't want to say revered, but it's the only word I can come up with? Is it just because like The Ring has had more sequels?
Again, it's because the climax, the big scene in The Ring is like one of the biggest scenes in movie history. Like,
it's memeable.
It's not that it's memeable, it's that it's such a big moment that like the bigness and the goodness of that moment kind of distracts people from how boring the rest of that freaking movie is. Just straight boring.
Hot take: The Ring is boring.
The Ring is not
Teebs.
everything except the climax, and I'm not going to say it for people that haven't seen it.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Is not boring. I mean, it's pretty boring, but once you get to that climax, you're like, oh, okay, well, that justifies the fact that I just sat through the rest of all. That's fine.
Are you familiar with a indie filmmaker by the name of Ari Aster?
I am familiar with Ari Aster.
Number 9, Hereditary.
So
here we go. Is this the first big disagreement?
Hereditary is scary. It's fine being number 9. That's fine.
All right, I'll put a star next to that.
My problem with Hereditary is
now Daniel even called it a slow burner thriller. He says this. Oh, see, he says thriller. That's not
it's
good.
It's not a thriller. It's a horror movie. But
okay.
The thing about Hereditary is basically the premise of Hereditary is that abusive families suck. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
I knew I knew that. I knew that already.
Kind of common sense.
What are you doing? Stoves are hot. Is that what your movie is saying?
Wow. Man, give Ari a break. Well, yeah,
listen, I don't need to give him a break. Everybody freaking glazes that movie like a donut, and like, and I think it's fine. It's okay. It's fine. It's a good, well-made horror movie. But like, he's not freaking Stanley Kubrick, right? Let's just chill out.
Is this something that I should maybe look into watching this year?
If you've never seen it, give it a look just to see what everybody's shouting about. But
I'm looking. So this is also what I'm kind of looking for in this podcast. I'm looking for like I watch Halloween every year, but like Teebs, I want some film bro horror experience this year.
If you want a film bro horror experience, then I think Hereditary is about as film bro-y horror experience as you can get into, with the exception of one other possible movie that I think might be coming up.
Number 8, Original Nightmare on Elm Street, people.
Yeah.
Jesus, why does this feel right to me at 8?
Can I put anything above Original Nightmare? I'm trying to think of it as coming from someone who's never seen the movie before.
Yeah. And that's a hard thing to do, given the fact this film was made in 1984.
And as somebody who's never seen this movie before, I think the first thing that I would say is, holy shit, Johnny Depp. And then after that, I would say, this is just an like, to my mind, Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, is doing everything Hereditary is trying to do, but better. So yes, I'm fine with Nightmare being one in front of Hereditary.
But are you okay with the possibility that there are 7 other movies on this list?
Yeah. Okay. Nightmare on Elm Street is good, but it's good for a different reason than just the pure scariness of it.
Okay, number 7. We talked about we kind of brought this up, and it's here now. Number 7 is Ringu, aka The Ring.
We've discussed it. I don't think it deserves to be this high. It has one good pop.
I don't think it should be this high either.
I would probably put Evil Dead Remake.
I'd
put Poltergeist here. Honestly.
I'd put Poltergeist here. I was just thinking that. Poltergeist is at 14. Just real quick, we could switch Poltergeist and Ringu right now.
Right now.
Okay, so yeah, let's do that.
And the Japanese version is a hot take. Well, not that hot, but the Japanese version, the American version's better, bro. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell you. Like, not every time is the remake shit. Okay,
right. All right. So since we decided and we agree, we're just gonna switch these. So
we're gonna switch those.
So right. Poltergeist goes to 7, Ringu goes to 14. Since we both kind of agree with that right now. I would even put Ringu lower, if I'm being honest.
I think that's good. I think, yeah, switching Poltergeist and Ringu.
Having seen the movie, but yeah, I would have Jaws ahead of it myself personally.
Well, you can go ahead and do that. I don't think Jaws is scarier than Ringu, but
all right. Number 6, Insidious. This is James Wan, so this is the Saw guy and the Conjuring guy.
Insidious is very gimmicky in my opinion. Okay, like it has one big scary moment in it, but after that, it like ain't scary anymore. It doesn't have sustained scares. Like once the big scare happens, and once they start doing the thing in the place, like I ain't scared. Like I'm scared.
So, real quick about Insidious then, because this was directed by James Wan, so
Yeah.
the same guy behind Saw and The Conjuring. So this would be his second quote unquote franchise.
Right.
Is there something to be said about, like, he did this kind of movie in Saw, and now he's doing Insidious, and then he's doing The Conjuring, like that kind of horror progression? Like, what's your take on that?
What do you mean? Like
So Saw, and like by 2010, I can't remember how many Saws there would have been by then, but like Saw at that after the first one, we've talked about this. It's basically just torture porn and that's it. Maybe he took some of the concepts, like some of the directing chops, and just moved it on to Insidious, and then again onto The Conjuring. I've never seen Insidious, but I've seen Saw and The Conjuring, and see, this is me film broing out. I think that The Conjuring, from like a story to like filmmaker progression, I think Conjuring is way better. But then again, that just comes with directing chops.
I do think that he's trying to do something different in The Conjuring. I don't think he directed all those. But I think The Conjuring is trying to do something different than Insidious than Saw. Saw is like the movie that you make to get your name out there, to get well known.
Right.
Cheap movie that you can make.
Cheap movie. Yeah.
Conjuring is a straight up haunted house movie. Insidious is a different kind of haunted house. So like, is there a progression? Yes. But like, yes, that's
Yeah.
all I can say.
We are now in the top 5.
Top 5.
Here we go. So do you think Daniel's coming correct here?
We'll see. We'll see. I'm very worried about what we're gonna have here. Let's go.
Number 5, Sinister.
See, that's what I was. Insidious and Sinister usually go hand in hand, and Sinister is good, but I don't think it's one of the top 5 scariest movies of all time.
Is 5 too high, you feel?
It might. I think it's a little too high.
All right, we'll circle back to that. I'm circling things that we're circling back to. So we're already circling back on Sinister. We're definitely circling back on Silence of the Lambs at 23, and then I personally, were we circling back to Evil Dead at 12?
We might.
All right.
I have it marked here.
Okay, number 4, a movie with a video game that you have streamed from start to finish. The Thing, 1982. You have personal stake and love for this movie more than anybody I know.
The Thing is very good. I don't know that I think of it as a straight up horror movie, but if I were to think of it that way, then yes, it does belong this high.
So, what kind of movie is it then? If it's not a horror movie, what would you call it? Science fiction?
Yeah, but it's sci-fi horror, so it belongs in the same box as hopefully another movie that we're gonna get to, and if not, I'm gonna go hog wild.
So basically, like, The Thing is one of those movies where it's like, if we still had, video stores, you would be able to get it from either the sci-fi section or the horror section.
Yes.
And you're perfectly okay with that living in both.
You'd get it from my personal staff pick section.
Number 3, the 1974 version of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Okay, can I give you my first impression on Texas Chainsaw Mass?
Sure.
For whatever reason, I know I'm probably silly, but like I always felt that the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre was kind of a film bro-y horror movie from the 70s.
It is the opposite of a film bro-y horror movie.
This is why I have you around, because I have no fucking idea. Clearly.
It is not film bro-y at all. It's, as a matter of fact, it's like, how brutal can we actually get in a movie? And that's the thing, like that. Okay, we have to acknowledge Chainsaw for what it did.
We do.
Is 75, 78 minutes of just brutality really a horror movie? Or is that just like a brutal experience that it's not like if you're just showing people getting cut up and dealing with all that stuff, like, okay, fine, like that's what that is. But that's not to me the same as writing scenarios and situations where people have to deal with stuff. It's just it's more like, I don't know. It's hard. Like, what's the difference between Texas Chainsaw Massacre and just like a documentary of people getting like chopped up? They would be equally scary, but like one has no artistry behind. Like, there's no artistry involved. It's just like, here, I'm documenting. Not to say that Chainsaw doesn't have artistry. Not to say that Chainsaw doesn't have a lot of thought behind it. It certainly does. But like,
I think the OG Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I feel like it's a product of the decade it was made in. Because I feel like, so for example, Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween, they all had this like element of just like, we're just gonna, like, each movie to a lesser and lesser extent, but there always had to be like something gory, like the kills had to be like, people go to the movie theaters for the kills in the 70s. And I feel like that has progressed in more like sophisticated horror. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 74, I feel like that's just a product of what Hollywood thought people wanted out of a quote unquote horror movie.
I disagree. I don't think that Chainsaw was what anybody was looking for. I just think Chainsaw came out of the grindhouse. How much can we get away with?
Okay. Which is also interesting.
How shocking could we be after an era where we weren't allowed to show anything? How much can we actually get away with showing? And like, I get that Chainsaw pushed like, listen, I'm fine with Chainsaw being here, actually. Like,
all right, so we'll put a star next to that.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw at 3. I would love to like talk to you about like the grindhouse era of the 70s and just like your thoughts about that, but we'll get into that. That's Halloween 2026 if we're still a podcast. Number 2, Alien OG.
Jesus Christ. About time.
you were worried there, weren't you?
I was really sweating it out.
You're sweating that shit out.
Listen, we've touted the greatness of this movie enough on this podcast. It's Alien. If you haven't seen it, go see it.
Watch it.
Is it scary? It's freaking
Teebs.
It's super scary.
I'm going to say something, and I'm sure you agree. It is 2025. This movie was made in 1979, and if you've never seen the original Alien movie, in 2025, you will still shit your pants.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, buts about it. You will 100% lose all function of your bladder. Like, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
If you've never seen it, like, that's just how it is with this movie. Like, there's so much, to use the tea kettle analogy, there's so much steam to boil, to release, to turn down the thermostat. It's just a constant wave of that for 2 hours.
And conceptually, it's incredible. The way that it keeps the tension rising and keeps the tension simmering is incredible. Just the way it keeps you on your toes. Just an incredible movie. Like, again, we've talked about Alien enough on this podcast.
And number 1, I think you know what it is.
The Exorcist?
It is, in fact, The Exorcist.
Okay, you can say it.
What? Go ahead.
Overrated. All right, see, listen, here's the problem I have with The Exorcist.
All right, we're circling this right now, and we're just going right in. We're going right in because Teebs is not a fan of Teebs. Okay, Exorcist not at number 1.
No.
Okay. I've always been with you that Alien is number 1.
I think Alien is the scariest.
Yeah. Alien is number 1 for me, and I think for you too. Exorcist, I'm fine with that at number 2. I'm okay with that.
See, I don't know when's the last time you watched this movie. The scariest thing in The Exorcist is the state of medical technology in 1973. That is honestly the scariest thing about this movie. There's a scene where Reagan's mom is in the hospital going to talk to the doctor. They leave the operating room. They go into the hallway, and the doctor lights up a cigarette. That is the scariest thing that happens.
Yeah. What's up with hygiene? What's going on there?
Again, if you like, I really need to sit down with like a Muslim, a Jewish person, and like somebody that studies Buddhism.
I'm begging you to land this plane.
I just see how they feel about it. This movie
Okay.
is so cloaked in Christian mythology and Catholic mythology, like that. If you're not from that tradition, like, does this even affect you at all?
That's okay. See, that's an interesting angle. Like, and I do think that there's something to be said there. Like, because we both grew up Catholic, so we have different attitudes towards the Christian overtones of this movie. I think there is something to be said of just like, all right, how do other religions view this movie? Like, that's an interesting question you just posed there.
Right. So
if there are any Jewish people, any Muslim people, any Buddhist people that would like to reach out to us via email, it's Teebs and KidPhoenix @gmail.com.
if anything, I'd move Exorcist to 4.
Wow.
And then the top 3 would be Thing, Chainsaw Massacre, and Alien.
All right, so
I feel good about that.
Top 3: Thing, Texas Chainsaw, and Alien. 1, 2, 3, or do you have or are you switching the Thing around?
No, that's good. Thing, Chainsaw, Alien. That's good.
All right, so Thing 3, Texas Chainsaw 2, Alien 1, Exorcist 4.
All right, now let's see how we feel about some things here.
So we were gonna circle back to Sinister at 5.
Sinister at 5, I'm fine.
Okay,
Evil Dead 12. We just move Silence.
We have to move Silence. We have to.
We just move Silence out of the bottom 5. Switch Silence with Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and I think we're fine.
So Silence goes to 19, and then Body Snatchers goes to 23. I would like to move Jaws higher, but I don't know if I can, because I've never seen Smile or The Babadook, and there's no way it's better, in my view, than The Conjuring at 13. And I don't necessarily want to move Ringu down any further either.
I get that. All right, so let's talk about let's talk about the things that are shockingly left off of this list.
Okay. I'm sure some of my picks are going to be, they're not going to be as like warranted. I mean, it's represented in the 2013 version, but OG Evil Dead? Or is that another one of those like Texas Chainsaw Massacre grindhouse kind of things?
It's fine. It ain't that scary.
It's in that 70s grindhouse. What the hell can we get away with? Friday the 13th, also not on this list.
No Friday movies. I don't know that there's really a Friday movie that's super scary. But here's some movies that we need to talk about. The Descent.
Oh, yes.
From 2005, which might be my scariest movie of this century. I'd replace The Babadook with that.
But see, you said you're replacing.
I'm replacing it. If we have to have an Australian movie in the mix, let's go with The Descent.
Okay, so I got The Descent at 15. Yeah, we're again, Babadook fans. We personally are not dismissing the movie like outright. It's just the simple fact this is like our list that we're editing, and we have never seen the Babadook. It's on Teebs' list. He will see it, and maybe we'll have some addendums before Halloween is up. But for right now, it's not going to be featured. Like The Descent, totally agree though.
So, do you have another snub?
So I did OG Evil Dead, no Friday the 13th. So that was my 2. Did you have one more? I'm sure I could come up with one more if I really think.
I have one more.
All right.
Okay. Get Out.
Yeah.
Danny, why are you racist?
Okay.
What's the matter with you?
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Jesus.
Unnecessary. Uncalled for.
Racism.
He's from
blatant.
He's from the south side of. He lives in the south side of Chicago.
Right. So Get Out should be definitely on this list.
Given our thoughts on The Omen, could we put Get Out at 24?
I think we could definitely get it in here somewhere.
Would you take out The Omen and then make that 26?
I'd probably take out The Omen, yeah. Or Psycho. I mean,
No,
Psycho has to kind of be here.
We can't disrespect Hitchcock like that.
We can't disrespect it. But like,
all right, how about this? Get Out 21, Psycho 24, Shining 25. We move The Omen out.
that feels good.
Okay. All right. So Psycho moves to 24. Get Out goes at 21. And then The Omen is just not here. That feels right. Shit. Here's a glaring omission to me. Scream. I know it's one of those weird ones where it's just like, where do we put it?
Scream's scary though. Like,
so okay. Is it psychological in the alien sense, or I guess the silent sense? No. But is it one of those like slasher movies that's like better than some of these other ones here?
there's very few slasher movies on this list. There's just Chainsaw Massacre and Halloween and Psycho.
Psycho's a slash.
And like,
yeah, I don't think I can put.
I think
I can't take
Where Evil Lurks is technically a slasher, but
yeah, I can't put Scream over Psycho, because that's where I would put it at 24. But then I would have to move Psycho out of the top 25, and I can't do that. And I'm not pushing The Shining out either. For whatever reason, like, it is the one movie that just gives me pause. I'm just like, I don't know. That could be lower.
it could be.
But there's no other movies that I would put. Okay, well, we can flip it and Get Out. Get Out, it would be top 20.
Okay, sure.
Okay, we can do that. Get Out goes to 21, or Get Out goes to 20. It goes to 21. Are you also in the whole, like, because we talked about it, but like Jaws doesn't feel like out of place.
No.
Like we question whether or not it's like a horror movie, but I can't really think of much else that we missed. Like there's like favorites that like I had that weren't like featured. You know,
agreed. But for
like
the most part, this is a pretty
13
solid
Ghosts
list.
isn't on here, which I'm fine with.
13 Ghosts is a personal favorite.
That's a personal
and it ain't
favorite.
Scary, and it's dumb. Event Horizon also.
Yeah.
Not on here. Also dumb. Not scary. I mean, it's scary, but like it's too dumb.
Paranormal Activity
and Blair Witch
and
Project
Blair Witch
are kind of gimmicky. But they are scary. So one of them being on this list wouldn't. I'd put Paranormal on here before I'd put Blair Witch though.
And we've talked about the found footage aspect of horror movies. We've done that. 28 Days Later also, but then that's like, then we just be like, all right, what's the best horror zombie movie? We'll just put that on the list.
Right.
And like we're not going against George Romero. We're just not doing that. We have Alien. See, we don't really need Prometheus. I think we're good. Get Out, we covered Jordan Peele. Hereditary, which I got on there. Hereditary is probably going to be my my film bro movie this year. There's one movie, it may be a little bit too new. Just came out last year, The Substance with Demi Moore. That's like horror and like satire about like beauty standards and like entertainment shallowness.
If you haven't seen it, I would watch it, but yeah.
Needs some more cooking. Needs some more seasoning.
We just have to see if it's going to stand the test of time. That movie did make a big splash when it came out. Not a lot of people have talked about it after the fact, so
okay. I think it sounds like we're good with this list.
Yeah, we're pretty good with it.
I mean, no Wes Craven, but again, like we couldn't. I mean, Nightmare's on here. Well, Nightmare's on here, so we don't need Scream, like, because that's Wes. We got Mr. Craven, so I think we're fine. We got Carpenter, he's on here. Final Destination. That was the one I was thinking of. That's the one I was thinking of.
Final Destination is not consistently scary. So it's good when, like Alien, you don't know what's going to happen next. With Final Destination, you very clearly know when somebody's about to die. That makes it less scary.
Okay. All right. I think we're good. unless you really want to put Herzog's Nosferatu in here somewhere. I'm guessing no, based on that reaction.
Yep.
All right. So next week is the annual Halloween show. I personally am looking forward to this because we have addendums to the candy list. I personally would like to do because we record on the Sunday or Monday before the Wednesday it comes out. So our Halloween podcast will come out on October 29th. And with that in mind, Halloween's on Friday. There's going to be a lot of Halloween parties, a lot of movies people are going to watch. I would like to give people like an underrated movie or two from like my personal favorites that aren't on this top 25 list, but
We
like
can do that.
I personally happen to really like these movies. And Teebs, before you even say it, no, it is not going to be an opportunity for me to talk about the Resident Evil franchise for 30 minutes. I think that I should just do that on my own without you present. I figured you would appreciate that. But I have a franchise in mind that I think should get a little bit of love. It's been on Pluto, so I'm looking forward to talking about it. But yeah, if it's a general umbrella Halloween episode. So we definitely got those two things. We'll come up with some more stuff for everybody to celebrate Halloween with. Teebs, I'm sure he's gonna have some ideas since he's the resident horror guy.
Exactly.
And yeah, but until next week, that's it. That's the podcast.
That's it. That's all we got. Go watch some movies.
Watch some movies. And Teebs, should I print out this list in perpetuity and just put it on socials and just like, all right, this is what Daniel said, and these are our edits?
Sure.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll scan this real quick and I'll make sure that I have the numbers correct. But watch on YouTube, full episodes on YouTube. Listen, follow, subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Although, I mean, just not to get too political, but Spotify may or may not be in people's good graces anymore. But we're still on there.
We still are.
Social media, we are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Blue Sky. Anywhere that you follow podcasts on social media, we're probably there too. Check us out. Talk to everybody next week, and get ready for the end for Teebs and KidPhoenix versus Halloween 2025.
Halloween, let's go.
Let's do this.
For my brother, and as time passes by, I see you're not satisfied.